Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Check it out. I'm in Madrid, New Mexico. It's an old coal mining town here between Santa Fe and Albuquerque on the Highway 14. I'm on vacation right now, visiting my mother. She lives near here, and I just thought it might be cool to test out with the Mavic Air here, to test out the Epson Moverio BT300 glasses. You may have seen me do an unbox, kind of a setup and a little demo in the house on the DJI Spark drone, but I haven't done anything since, and I thought it might be cool to try them out on the Mavic and just fly around, get some cool shots of this old coal mining town turned into kind of a tourist town. I'm up here on a ridge, just kind of looking over the town here. You may be familiar with this town from they did a movie in here, Wild Hogs, with John Travolta, Tim Allen, a few other actors. Did like a road trip on some Harley Davidsons, and this was one of the sets here. They built a diner, and it's actually still up in the town here. But anyway, this is the town of Madrid, New Mexico. We're just going to see how these BT300s kind of work. I'm going to be recording. This is what they come with. This is basically like a little tablet that connects through the cable. You put these smart glasses on, and you can see the DJI Go 4 app in these glasses. And the cool thing about these glasses, you'll notice, is I have this tinted lens on here. You can take this tinted lens off. This is more for sunny conditions like it is right now. It's kind of in the noontime, little afternoon, and you put these on. You can just slide them right on top for some tint, or you can take them off so you can have super clear lenses here, and they just basically project the image into these two little projectors on either side in both eyes, and project them so you can kind of see the screen right in front of your face. You can look over under the goggles, and you can actually look through the screen to maintain technically line of sight on your drone, as long as you can see it that far. So this is running Android. You can see how we have our multitask, our home button, and our back button, and it has like a little circular trackpad. This is a full touchpad here, and it has a little button here so we can have a little mouse on the screen. We can move it around. So let me fire this Mavic Air up here and get it in the air and show you guys what these things can do. Okay, so I've got the Mavic and the controller on. I just wanted to show you guys what you got to do. So micro USB into the side here. The Mavic Air, the Mavic Pro, they have these little USB connections here in the controller. So you just plug into the controller. You can also use like Phantoms with this as well. But you just go from the controller into the side here, and then you turn this guy on just by holding in the power button here. And what you're going to see is these lights on the front kind of start to flash green, and that thing's booting up. I have this extended nose piece. You can wear glasses underneath these. I actually forgot my my seeing glasses, so it might be a little bit blurry to me in the screen. You can actually get some custom-made optics for these and just slide them in here so you can have the best possible vision, because they don't have any adjustments. You're just gonna have to kind of move them around on your face, or you can wear your small eyeglasses underneath them. So I usually wear my small eyeglasses, and that's why I have this kind of elongated nose piece here. You can see it comes with one that's a little bit shorter. So we'll see how this does without my seeing glasses. So now I'm pressing the home key on the actual dongle, going back into the home. And you can see the apps here. I just kind of got out of the app window, but here, let me go back in. You can see how it's a full-fledged Android device, and it does actually have a Moverio app store. You see that little shopping cart there with the green Moverio. And that allows you to run tested and official apps that are tested for these glasses. So you can download the DJI Go 4 app from there. There's a whole bunch of other apps if you have older ones. It's using the older DJI Go here on the left. So I'm going to go ahead and launch DJI Go 4 in just a second. Let's go back into the main screen. You can see how I have it up here on the main screen. So we'll launch it here. I'll have this up on the screen for you guys in a little window. And there we go. Okay, so allow app to access USB accessory. Yes, we do want it to, so I'm going to press OK. So it can detect it's plugged in to the side. And there we go. So you can see it checking the version. As we go and tap Go Fly, and we get our main HUD up, we can see that we have to do a compass calibration. So it's asking us for a cal. So we're gonna want to do that real fast if it asks it. This is where I'm going to be flying, so maybe this is an old coal mining town, so there might be some high concentration of ore in this area. So let's calibrate the compass. So I'm just going to press OK, run through the calibration real fast. I'm going to kind of set the controller down. You don't want to go too far because you have this cable connected, and I'm just going to do what it says on the screen. So I'm seeing what you guys are seeing in my goggles. There you go. See how I'm wearing the goggles there? All right, so you can probably see me there. So I'm just doing a rotation, and then we're going to do, looks like on the side. Then we're going to do another rotation. I should probably be going the way the arrow shows. I don't think it really matters that much. There we go. So compass cal complete. I'm going to set it down. I just have this little carpet here so it's not in the dirt. My mom let me borrow one of her old carpets from her basement, so this thing is not in the dirt. So it does look like the focus is way off, doesn't it? Let's pick this camera up. There we go. Oh, we were looking right down at the at the ground there. So there we go. I'm seeing what you guys are seeing, and you can see all the information on the screen. It's just in a little box window. I do have my hat on for my hat cam, which is attached, but I can see up over the glasses. I can see through the glasses. It's a little hard to see right through the screen with these tinted shades on the front of these glasses, but I can see on the right and left really easy, and if I just move my eyes to the right and left, I can see on either side of the screen, and like I said, over the top of the glasses, under the bottom of the glasses if I need to glance or look around and talk to somebody. So what's cool about these is you're not locked into this immersive experience where with like the DJI goggles where you have to lift them up to really see anything else. You can keep them on, keep shooting what you're shooting, and then look over to the side or look under while you're not even touching them and see what's going on with your surroundings. So I think that's a great feature, which really is, these are kind of the only goggles that I know of with this capability that do this right now. So hey, let's get flying. So we want to check out here. The only negative thing is there's no IPD adjustment, like the distance between your eyes. So for me, without my glasses on, I have to look around the screen, and since there is no IPD, and for them to be focused in without my glasses, I kind of have to have them away from my face a little bit on this nose piece. And I've got to kind of move them around a little bit to look over into the corners of the screen, because if I just leave them straight and I look over, it's a little bit blurry because the side is cutting off a little bit. So I'm basically picking my hand up and then I'm just pulling the glasses to my right just a little bit to see the very corners of the screen. 94% power, we got 11 satellites, and we want to be recording in 4K 30 frames per second. See the mouse on the screen? So I'm touching the touchpad. I'll have that up on my hat cam too. And I'm just moving this mouse around. But I want to go into the settings over here on the right. I want to make sure that I'm going to be recording to the SD card. Okay, so on the bottom you see how it says storage location. I'm clicking on SD card and I can switch to internal storage. So I do have like a 64 gig or 32 gig, sorry, extreme SanDisk card. So this should be able to do 4K with no problems, and we're going to see how this does. So I'm going to keep it on SD card here, and I'm going to go back. If we just click away from it, then we should be back on our main screen. Okay, and you can see how when I click on a section of the screen, it's kind of auto exposing. See how if I click over on the sky, it's getting brighter. If I click over in the dark here, it's getting darker. All right, so anywho guys, let's go ahead and see if we can bring in the maps here. Now I did kind of zoom around at my house, and I wanted to see, well, the cabin we're staying in, and I wanted to see if that saved the map to cache. So I'm clicking on a hybrid map, and let's see if it remembered that. Yes, it did. Okay, great. See how that's all coming in? So what I did was I did zoom around to this location, and watch 2 fingers on the touchpad. I can zoom out just like on the phone if you had a phone in this place. So pretty intuitive here. So there it is. There's the town of Madrid. That's where I'm at. And it shows me where I'm at with the little home position, and then the arrow is the craft. So let's see what kind of footage we can get. Of course, we go back over here. We click on this screen down there for our FPV. All right, so here we go. Let's start recording and press record again. Okay, so that actually switched between picture and recording. Then I had to press it again on the top left of the controller for it to start the video. Okay, so let's do an auto launch, and what we can do is bring the cursor over here. We could also manually launch from the controller, but I'm going to do an auto launch right here, and then I'm going to use precision takeoff. Since this is kind of a cluttered area, I want it to try to land right on that rug where it was, and we're going to click and drag to take off. Let's see if this works. Yep, no problem. There it goes. It's going up. It's taking pictures of the ground for its precision launching. Again, I'll have this video up on the screen. Wow, these goggles almost look like three-dimensional. So there it is up there. It went as high as it needed to. I'm going to go up a little higher. So I'm pushing throttle up. Okay. Alright, so I am full throttle up now. What mode are we in? We are in GPS mode. So I should be able to get some nice shots. I'm going to rotate the gimbal down a little bit. You guys can see what's going on with the town. Now we do have, on a full charge, we do have about 14 minutes run time, so I want to be careful. I want to be checking out. Let me zoom down on my spot so you guys know where I am. A little hike up here on the side of the coal mountain. Yeah, so this is an old retired coal mine town. And now it's just like a tourist. There's, I guess it's a population of a couple hundred, but mainly just a tourist town. And there are the Sandia Mountains of New Mexico. Beautiful off in the distance. Okay. Well, it's telling me I'm at maximum. I'm at 393 feet. I do have it set to limit my altitude. Let's just go ahead and turn here so you can see what's happening. Again, I will have these goggles recording in the actual BT300 device on the AZ screen recorder so you can see what's going on. So this is exactly what I'm seeing. Now this over here, you see that over there? That's the Highway 14 on the right there. And this right here that I'm centered on is the old coal mining. Let me try to zero in on it here. There we go. Wow, it feels like it's crabbing a little bit to the left for a second there. I want to try to fly over there. I'm not sure how the coverage is going to be here. I better turn a little bit. But I should be high enough to get quite a ways over. Looking at our signal is dropping quick. Because see this hill right here? It's right blocking me. Yeah, see how it disconnected already? So if you guys don't know, this thing does have return to home on disconnect. But don't try to fly if you're being blocked by something like this. So I want to return to home, so it's there we go. So it has already started returning home. I can tilt the camera down. Let's just get a little bit of a camera shot here while we're coming home. You see I can move the mouse around. I can press on a portion of the screen if I wanted to focus or auto exposure on that side. Doesn't seem like it's doing much right now. So it's going to come back. So that'll basically, what I was trying to do is go to that old coal mine, and I'm going to stop the return to home. I just press the button on the controller, the H button once. I'm going to turn back around here and explain to you guys what I was trying to film. That right there. So over on the right side of the road there used to be the coal mill, and that would take a conveyor belt up for the tailings and drop them off on this hill over here. That's like a coal scrap hill. Okay. Anyway, I wanted to fly over there, but I'm not going to be able to do that with this hill right in between us. So what we'll do is we'll just fly out a little bit over the town and get some cool footage of the town here. I might do maybe some circular shots while we're at it over here. Let's just go ahead and try some of these advanced features. So we'll fly just, out where we have line of sight and also better signal a little bit. And then we'll try some of these shots. So bringing the camera all the way down. There we are, Mineshaft Tavern. And this is the area. My mother's got a shop here. It's called Heaven, actually. It's a little gift shop. So if you ever come through Madrid, New Mexico, stop in. My brother also owns Java Junction, which is here in Madrid as well. And so stop in there, get some coffee as well. I'm going to fly over just a vacant area right here, just in case anything happens. And I'm going to start doing some smart functions on this town. So right over here in this vacant area, directly above it, stopping, picking the camera up. Okay. And let's do some shots. So what do we want to do? Let's, using the touchpad on the Moverio BT300, we're going to go into these controls here. The advanced controls, I agree. Okay. And it's going to bring in this stuff, okay? Let's do a point of interest, all the way on the bottom right. Okay. Right above point. Okay, so I'm just going to keep where I'm at, the point of interest. And just keep the camera, and let's just see what happens. Okay, it's picking up some wind. I'm feeling some breeze. It's telling us high wind. I'm pulling back with my right stick just to get like a circle of this point of interest here. So it was on top of the point of interest point. I'm pulling back. Whoops. Okay, it went out of the mode because I guess I went too far back. So let's go back forward and try that again. So I'm getting a really clear picture, especially with this tint on, these tinted lenses in the sun, no problem. And I can look to the side of the screen. I can see what's happening over by the craft over there. Let's try that again, guys. Sorry about that. I think I went too far away from the point of interest. So I'm going to go back down to the right. Point of interest. Okay. Apply. All right, let's try that again. So I'm going to pull back. Don't go too far. Maybe around 100 feet. Okay. And stopping here. So going down to apply. And let's see what it does. So you can see what it's telling us the left stick does here. Use stick to control the point of interest, height, and radius. You can change your heading at any time in POI. Okay, so we can move the sticks around while it's doing it. Pressing OK. Let's see what it does, guys. Okay, so what it's doing is it's rotating around the point 100 feet away, 140 feet. So I didn't really get anything specific in the point, but there we go. And check that out, I can change the speed. So let's try to change the speed. What if I just push the right stick? Will that change our speed? That changes the rotation speed. If I push the left stick to the right, what did that do? Okay, so it's still going actually. Let me change the speed with the mouse. I'm moving it over here. And I'm going to go click and drag. Let's get a little bit faster. 11 miles per hour. Let's see what it does here. You see how it's rotating quicker now. Let's pick this camera up and get kind of an interesting panoramic of this town here. Let's go up. There's mountains. Some houses along the ridges here. Okay, so it's not only circling around, it's actually moving, should be moving 11 miles per hour to the right in that 140 foot radius of a circle. So it's actually moving pretty quick. And then I'm just adjusting the gimbal how I want. You know what I mean? Interesting. Okay. So what if we wanted to enlarge that radius? I'm pulling back on this right stick. You see the radius is getting larger. So I'm 160 feet. 170. I don't want to go more than 200 because it seemed like it kind of got out of it at 100 or 200. All right, so that's it. It's just circling whatever I was hovering over, the initial point of interest adjustment, and then I'm just rotating my camera. So pretty neat. Let's see what happens if I touch on the screen on certain buildings. Is it adjusting the exposure? Not really. Maybe a little bit. All right, so pretty cool. There's the traffic going through Highway 14. Anyway, there we go. So you can get some neat shots if you're, have a designated point of interest and you want to do some filming. You can do all kinds of stuff. Let's just get these hills here. Hills around Madrid. Let it do its thing in 4K. There's the Sandia Mountains in the background there. Taking the camera up. Beautiful. Highway 14 again. Alright, it's looking good. That's the camera all the way up. That's maximum pitch up there. Just getting some nice scenery of everything. Okay, let's go all the way down. Let's try to get just a straight downward shot. Of course, I'm over this kind of vacant area, but this will give you an idea of how this thing's moving. Okay, so you see what it's doing now? That is a good idea of exactly how it's moving. So it's moving in a radius, and it's just scooting around a circle facing straight down at 11.2 miles per hour. Pretty cool, huh? Alright, I don't usually like to fly over, traffic and stuff, but this is kind of cool footage to get on this old historic town. Again, guys, come on through and visit. I won't be here. I'm on vacation, but my brother and my mom live here. And hop in. There's Mineshaft Tavern. Really good food. Nice stopping destination for eats and drinks. And again, my mom's place is Heaven Gift Shop, and my brother's is Java Junction Coffee Shop. So stop in and get some food. You can see all the old coal tailings there. Yeah, back in the day, this thing used to be hustling and bustling with coal mining. All right, well, cool. Well, that's kind of as much as I wanted to do. So what do we do if we stop this? Let's just press pause, or we could go over to stop. I'm using the mouse controller. I'm gonna hit stop. I'm hearing some Harleys. Exit this mode, confirm. Okay, let's see if I can get these Harleys on camera. Oh, we're already kind of doing a, oh, I actually pressed home. I don't quite want to return to home, so I'm going to press exit out of there, and I want to hear, are these Harley Davidsons? Yeah, there they are. See them over there? There's a little group of them there, going up the road off in the distance. Yeah, so that bar down there, Mineshaft Tavern right here, right in the center, this is where all these Harley guys stop, get some food and drinks, and continue on their route through the west. Anyways, I'm going to come on home, guys. I'm going to let it return to home, so I'm just holding the button in on the controller. I think it'll be fine. I ignored the return to home for a second, but I think it should be fine. We're close enough. And it's going to come on back. It's not going to go up anymore because it's already so high. So it's going to come over the point that I'm at, and then it's going to come down and try to land right here. I should get out of the way, actually. Just brought my backpack up here. See right there. That's what's great about this drone is, gosh, put a backpack in. The thing about these goggles too is, have you ever seen the DJI goggles, guys? They're huge. I have some, but I haven't done a review on them. I'm still behind on that. But those things are huge. You have to have a huge bag, and I don't think they would fit in there with the MAVIC and everything. So this is great. These little goggles, these Epson BT300s, are a really good alternative. You don't get the huge screen that you do with the DJI goggles, but what I like about them is you can see your surroundings without taking them off. Where is it landing? I think it's landing in the wrong spot. So I'm going to exit out of return to home. I'm going to come on over. Where am I? Yeah. There I am. Okay. So I have the goggles on, and apparently it was going to land over there for some reason. So I have the goggles on, but I'm seeing the craft. So the return to home was really inaccurate, FYI. Spinning it around, and I'm going to try to land it right on this carpet. Still have my goggles on. Here, let me just show you that real quick, so you know I'm not lying to you. So you see I still have these things on, and I'm looking through them. I took over manual control, and I'm just going to land it right there on the carpet. So what a good experience with these goggles, guys. Let's run through a little pros and cons before we finish this review up of these BT300 Epson glasses. First of all, what in the world happened with the return to home? It looked like it was quite a ways off. Really not sure what the problem was there. Maybe something got screwed up. Maybe another compass cal would have helped it out. But I think possibly what it might be is the GPS positioning is kind of thrown off, because if you look, I'm showing you through my hat cam now. If you look through my hat cam and you see this big ridge of mountain right here, it's probably blocking about half of the satellites when it's taking off. So that's a good example of what may happen if you don't have good satellite lock and you launch. You see how I was trying to land a ways down the hill there. And that's what these glasses are great for. You don't have to take them off. You can see the front of where the drone's facing in the FPV. And I had visual lock of this little Mavic. Easy. I'm just looking through a little crack on the top of the glasses. I can also see it through the actual lenses themselves, because it doesn't completely block your vision. It just puts like a little 50-inch TV right there up in the front of your view that you can kind of see through, depending on, like I was saying, how dark that front lens is you put on. Oh, there's 0% on the power. We better turn this thing off, guys. So I'm going to shut the Mavic Air off, and we'll continue on. So you can see through these glasses, so really cool. And you can see, let me just take them off here, and you can see the footprint. So showing you with my hat cam again, they're tiny. They do have this wire where you're kind of tethered to the dongle, but really cool how you can touch the touchpad on it, and it seemed to work perfectly for this use. They are very compact. The case they come with, if you don't know already, let me just reach down here and get the case without dropping these things. So here's the case. So the entire setup, I'm actually also able to squeeze and put the Mavic Air down real quick too. I'm also able to squeeze, this is a little bracket they give you. It's like a two-piece bracket. Let me just take it out so you guys can see this. So you see how it just fits right into the clamps of the Mavic Air and the Mavic Pro controller. So this is a little two-piece bracket, and it just clamps the little dongle right in, and then the clamps just go together right in, right on top of the bracket here, and hold this thing right in front of the controller. So if anything, what I would do to better this setup is maybe get a 90-degree cable. This is the cable that comes with the Mavic Air, this little guy here, and it's basically a USB Type-C with a mini USB adapter over it, because this dongle only has a micro USB, sorry, not mini. So you see how that plugs in. So if you had like maybe a 90-degree, that might work better, either going this way or this way, just because this is kind of in the way of the hand here. But I wasn't really having trouble, just kind of keeping my hand out a little bit, so not too bad. And then you can see how the spring breaks down. You just unplug it, we'll take apart the bracket, and then unplug the glasses from the actual dongle and the case, and this thing just fits right in here. So you got a little lens cleaning cloth, and then there's a little molding here for the actual dongle portion, and then all you do is pop the goggles in here. There's also slots for the goggles. They fall in there nicely, and then we could put our cleaning cloth right under this rubber band if we wanted to, just like that. And then they give you this little thing over here on the top, this little piece of Velcro. You guys have probably seen my unbox of this, and I went through all this, but just for a little bit of cable management, just kind of put these guys right in like this, and then just Velcro this thing down. You can see how that kind of manages the cables. And then you can actually fit the clamps in here too. It's a little difficult to figure out where they're going to fit, but you can just set them in like that and close this whole thing up. Just a little bit of pressure, not to damage anything. And look at that. So I have a whole set of smart glasses which work with the DJI Go 4 app right in this little package. Throw right in here in the backpack, and so everything fits nicely. You can still fit some bottles of water, whatever you want it to do. And then of course the Mavic Air, I have the Fly More combo, so that goes right into this case here really nicely. This fits 4 batteries if you have one on the Mavic, but they give you 3. And that's it. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed that little flight review of the Epson BT300 glasses with the Mavic Air, and that was informative for you. I'll have had that 4K footage up, and I hope you enjoyed that little bit of information on town of Madrid, old coal mining town in Madrid, New Mexico, and that flight with the Mavic Air. Just kind of farting around here, and sorry I couldn't go past these mountains, but I think we also learned a few things and proved a few points on don't fly if your line of sight's blocked by a hill like this, because you saw how fast I lost signal. Anyway, and don't forget the BT300 smart glasses that by Epson. All this stuff's going to be down in the description, so check them out. I'll have the links to the Mavic Air, to the BT300 Epson glasses, so you can get your own and have fun with this. I think this is really good for, you know, my sister, she shoots movies too. She's part of the New Mexico Film Guild, and she's out actually shooting video with the Mavic Pro, and she was telling me, we were talking about these last night, and she was telling me, yeah, we have the Mavic Pro, and when it's sunny out here in the desert and we're trying to look at the screen even with the sunshade on it and our, you know, our iPhone or whatever we have in here, it's so hard to see with the glare. I'll tell you what, with the hat on, my hat cam on here with the hat, these glasses on, no problem with the sun whatsoever. I could see vivid screen. Even looking into the sun, since I have these dark lenses on here, which these come with, no problem. Definitely a very good substitute for any other kind of goggles, and then some, because it allows you to do even more stuff. You can watch movies on these, you can bring them on the airplane, you know, do some work on them if you wanted to. They're basically a little Android device, so you can put on a Bluetooth keyboard on them, keyboard and mouse on your flight food tray, and do work on them, just like you would a computer or any other Android device. So pretty cool. Epson Moverio BT300s with the Mavic Air. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you guys in the next one.